PACC is a connection to a home that seems impossible to get to.
PACC was always something that I counted on to come in and recollect and just be with people like me.
PACC to me is a home. As somebody that kind of grew up in the diaspora, it's very rare that we go back to Palestine, and so finding a little Palestine within PACC, at PACC, is really meaningful. It's my childhood home. I grew up here.
PACC has been the place people have turned to for whatever they need, and just for finding other people to find safety with and find community with.
Having a home base where everyone can meet each other and feel supported. Because I think in times like these, we're not always heard, and we're in a very scary moment in time where we want to advocate for our brothers and sisters in Palestine. And I think it's about pressing pause at times and just being part of one another and giving each other that safe shoulder to lean on, that voice to be heard, and those ears to listen.
It gives us a form of existence, a name, recognition. I think it's evolved into something much bigger than we can ever have imagined.
The one thing that I can definitely call is a second home. You can't talk about the community without talking about PACC now.
أتذكر لما بلشنا هان ما كناش عارفين شو بدنا نعمل ولا شو بدنا نسوي، والحمد لله هسا عندنا طريق منورة، طريق واضحة لخدمة الجالية والقيام بكل الأعمال اللي من كل النواحي، من نواحي تثقيفية، من نواحي تعليمية، من نواحي توعية للجالية، تماسك الجالية والتنسيق مع كل المؤسسات الموجودة عندنا.
كل يوم في مجموعات من الجالية الفلسطينية والعربية بيجوا بيتعلموا لغة عربية، بيتعلموا دبكة، بيتعلموا ثقافة الفلسطينية.
So PACC works on multi-levels, on the individual level, on the family level, on the community level, on the society level, to kind of meet the needs of our community, to advocate for the needs of our community here and abroad. The idea behind PACC in many ways is growing up. I remember when we were thinking, how can we help Palestine? The answer was always, well, let's donate. Let's give back to the people on the ground. Let's continue to empower the people on the ground. And that answer is still the same, but there's a whole new dynamic that comes into play when we're focusing on the people that are living in the diaspora, that are living here in our community, that can give and contribute in so many different ways through their many different talents. And we can kind of take and organize this community power and slowly build into something where we're creating long-term sustainable change. When you say you're Palestinian American, maybe at one point there was some fear to it, but now you're saying it with confidence, and you know that you have a whole community standing behind you, supporting you, not only Palestinians, but also the allies of Palestinians as well.
Having the PACC, have this tight-knit community that can expand on a national level where people know about Little Palestine, they know about the Palestinian American Center, and they also know that it's a place where people can have these resources communally, but also, for example, having people come from Gaza and knowing that they have a home away from home and that we will support them every step of the way. There's this space that the PACC offers for the larger diaspora to come here and still flourish and contribute to the community.
On a national level, PACC is showing us what Palestinian leadership means and what Palestinian representation means.
A lot of people all over the United States look to PACC as a model center and are asking us as the leaders of PACC to see if we can create same experience and same results in other states.
My earliest memory of PACC was doing the debka classes here. I was one of the first people to learn debka here, and that is just a core memory for me because that started my involvement here. And so that's something that I'll never forget. Was just that door opening as a kid in 5th grade who his mom wanted to sign up for debka classes so he doesn't have to sit at home all day. That ended up leading me to where I am now. So that'll always be a core memory of PACC for me.
أحسن ذكريات إن في المركز لما كنا نعمل الاجتماعات في الطابق الأول من هذا المركز، ما كانش المنظر هذا ولا كان هيك، وحتى كراسي ما كانش عندنا، كنا نعمل اجتماعات على الأرض، وواحد من الشباب تبرعنا ببعض الكراسي اللي قعدنا عليهن.
My first event at the PACC was my wedding. I'm very honored to get married at the PACC, and after I just looked around, I said, you know, I don't want my wedding here. I want to participate in this community.
I got to witness how PACC welcomed a Gazan family who came to the United States as, you know, as a student with her 2 children. And I got to see how a group of PACC members all together stepped in to help this mother by, you know, helping her set up the new home, helping enroll her kids in school, raising funds to cover the expenses that are not covered by the universities, and, you know, hosting dinners and lunches to make sure that this family is being welcomed. So, you know, witnessing this was like made a huge impact in my life, to the point that it's like, this is the community that I belong to, and this is the community that I would like to advocate and be part of.
Yeah, there's a lot really. I think for me would probably have to be one of my first summers teaching in PACC Summer Fun. Just being able to kind of be around the community, like with the staff at PACC and also the children, and being able to teach them about Palestine and teach them hope and resilience and about the Palestinian fight was such an honor, and I definitely think was my favorite moment here.
I think one of the best memories I have of PACC is we started a health fair back when we were still dental students, and that has only grown over the years. I think that was back in 2016. It's now 2024. We were still students at that point. We graduated in 2019, and we continue to contribute. I just have very fond memories of that health fair, and it grew, and now it's become the PACC Street, you know, fair festival that closes all of Main Street down. It initially started with that health fair. I think it's great to see how far we have come, and that's just like one small example of where we started versus where we are now.
I remember one stickout moment where I thought we made it was definitely the day that we were celebrating the renaming of Palestine Way. I just remember like taking it in and thinking to myself, like, this is something that you need to kind of hold on to and remember this forever, because this is a monumental moment. In that moment, I was thinking about the days that my dad would tell me the stories where when he first came here, they barely had, there were some stories here and there. They were even like, they gathered together to kind of create like a Friday prayer. They didn't even have enough community members to really, have a large presence in the community. But because of these people that persevered and kept growing, we've gotten to a point where we have a part of Main Street renamed as Palestine Way. And I remember just sitting in that moment thinking of all the people who came before that brought us to this moment here of renaming Palestine Way, and then looking at the crowd that was as far as you can see, people holding Palestinian flags, and thinking how beautiful this moment is. And this is something that in many ways encapsulates what PACC is about and what PACC has been striving for over the last 10 years.
I think if you care about your community, if you care about the young generation, if you care about preserving the Palestinian culture, if you care about defending the Palestinian cause, you need to support PACC.
We would like to have our thumb or our idea to grow and to be connected together for the benefit of Palestinian voice.
PACC reaches out broader than the Palestinian community. It reaches out to the Arab community. It works with the immigrant community. We have connections with Black Lives Matter Patterson. And so people should support the PACC because they're genuinely just supporting their community and the surrounding communities, and being united in these times are more important than ever.
It's an educational place. It's a place where people learn about a multitude of things. There's DEPCA, like if you like dance, you can learn dance. If you like history, you can learn about Palestine history. And it's not just limited to a specific age group.
PACC is the place for everyone from young to old to be able to get involved in some way, for us to be able to make our voices heard, for us to be able to get involved, whether it's politically or within mutual aid. You know, you can't say that for many other places. And you know, we're in the heart of a community that has been hurting for the past year, and we've been a beacon for that community.
Saw them step up during the Gaza war. We've seen them step up at every single obstacle. PACC has really been there and taken the initiative to be at the forefront and help the community in its entirety.
During COVID, which was one of the most memorable times actually for me in the last 10 years of PACC, we saw how our community came together to meet the needs of our community through meeting the basic needs, passing out food packages, PPE kits, and all of the things that people needed at the time to get through that. And you'll see right now in this last year, while Gaza is undergoing a horrible, horrific, apocalyptic genocide, we have come together as a community to make sure that our needs of our community are met here, and we've been trying to advocate for our brothers and sisters on the ground in Palestine in all different capacities.
You know, it's kind of hard to live in a world where we're constantly being scrutinized, we're constantly being demonized in the news. But you know, having that sense of identity that PACC brings to the community is such a blessing, really.
This is how we deinstitutionalize, is by continuing to invest in the community. That is why it's so important to support PACC, is the more that it can grow, the more that it can provide for the community and the future of the community as well.
People wonder, where is all of our resources going? Well, everything is always transparent with PACC. And I think that's what makes me feel very comfortable, very relaxed to know that when I put $1 towards PACC, I know it's being used in a good way, in a way that I would want it to be used.
ظهير مهم للجالية العربية والفلسطينية على الجميع أن يقف مع هذا المركز وأن يساعد في استمراره.
I think ultimately it's about you have a community space, support it. Because at the end of the day, it's about you who helps support the community that is supporting you.
The best way to support PACC is to show up to PACC, be a part of the community, come to the events, bring your kids to the programs, show up, and just being there and getting to know everyone. It's actually one of my favorite parts about being in the PACC family.
This isn't just a commemoration of 10 years. This is supposed to be a milestone for the fact that we're a representation of Palestinian resilience, is that PACC has been able to survive for 10 years, not just survive, but thrive.
Inshallah, we have 20, 30, 40, 50 more years of PACC where we can continue to build a pipeline for liberation and bringing people home to our homeland and the ability to showcase our country in a free Palestine.
This is your center, this is your legacy, and this is your Palestinian American Community Center.
Say, go PACC!
Go PACC!
Go PACC!